All right, you ready, man?
Ready.
All right, here we go. Another podcast. It's a late one, but it's still on the day that it's supposed to be released. It starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, and welcome to the Nickson and 8 podcast.
Hello. Now, we're a man down, but we've got a stand-in producer helping us record.
Oh, you brought in the big gun.
I really did. Did you know that producer T-Money, a.k.a. Troy Scott,
Yay!
won Producer of the Year 2 times?
What the?
2 times. I mean, proud of this dude. 2 times. Up against teams as well. You know, like, and he's producing radio shows by himself, and he was up against teams, and he still picked up a dub. Not once, but 2 times.
I have a theory.
What's your theory?
It's like...
Balangi. Was that your theory?
Basically, but not just that. Being a Balangi guy who has to look after a bunch of...
Māori and Pacific.
Yeah. I had another word for it. But, you know, and then just taking them to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so nice to see someone from My FM win. I mean, the nominations are nice, but actually to win.
When's the last time My FM won something at the Radio Awards?
Oh, man. I think that explains it. But it's a tough run, man. The Radio Awards have always been a weird thing for people who aren't part of the industry. Like, you know, it's an award ceremony where you have to nominate yourself.
Yes.
So you don't. It's not a shoulder tap or anything. Like, you physically have to put a presentation together.
Can we break that down before we move on?
Yeah.
That is so weird, eh?
That's the weirdest thing. Do the Oscars do that? No.
Maybe the movie companies do.
Like, they'd have to put together their best trailer, right? To put forward or something like that. So you have to nominate yourself, and then it's a bunch of people that get asked to review the tapes. And a bit of writing, but the problem is that, you know, there's different radio stations for different tastes and different kinds of people, right? So if you get gifted a tape that you're not a fan of that music, or you're not a fan of that kind of content, then obviously you're gonna go, nah, it doesn't relate, and then you're gonna mark it down, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I think the system's flawed.
100%. And I've seen some of the judges.
Yeah. Weren't you asked to be one?
I was a judge this year, actually, for the New Zealand Radio Awards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, there must be, I'm not too sure how many judges there are, but the pool of people in there, they would be very eclectic, but still.
Am I allowed to say which category I was a judge for?
You can now.
I can now?
Yeah.
So I was a judge for the Best Pacific podcast.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, that one. Who won that? Was it Maz that won that one?
Marina and Alyssa.
Yeah. That's a good podcast.
That's a great podcast.
Yeah, great podcast. Great people too. Very cool people doing some special things for the culture.
Would love to talk to them on our podcast.
Reach out.
I have.
It's not their fault.
It's not their fault.
It's not their fault at all.
Are we allowed to say it?
It's the powers that be.
Yeah.
It's
One day.
More political way to say it.
One day when we break free from the shackles of the white man.
It's Nate's had to, in his career, put the training wheels back on, you know, until he can be trusted to ride without the training wheels again.
Yeah, I've been told.
It's a slow, steady process. So yeah, My FM hasn't won an award in a while. 2018 was our last big one when we won Station of the Year, which was a massive achievement because that is the most prestigious award you can win in New Zealand for radio.
But that's 100% why we need to bring up more of our people, and by our people, you know, I'm talking Māori, Pasifika, that can get into these spaces, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, some say radio is dying, but I don't think so.
No, there will always be a space for radio.
They've been saying it for years when the CDs came out.
Yeah, it'll be the death of it.
Yeah, mini disc.
Yeah. Oh, remember those? God, that was a fad that just died quick.
I wasted so much money getting a Panasonic mini disc player for my car.
Remember when the head unit? That's right.
You guys probably weren't born yet, but it was the thing.
It was mini disc, and then all of a sudden they were like, Blu-ray is going to be the new big thing, and then everyone was like, oh, mean. And then 4K TVs came out, and then Blu-ray. No one. Who's got a DVD player now? No one.
The jails still do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's on rotation in jail on the DVDs?
Oh, they're pretty good. They change it like maybe every Tuesday night. So there's a channel which just repeats the same DVD over and over and over again.
Oh, so you guys aren't even in control of it. It's like an office.
It's like the security office. And then the worst bit is when they put on a really cool movie, like, oh, I haven't seen this in years. Yeah. And then 30 minutes in, it's scratched, so it just stays on the one scene. And you gotta wait till next Tuesday till someone changes the DVD.
Someone wipes it on their shirt.
Yeah.
Or imagine it looping and then it gets stuck on that menu. Do you remember the menus that used to be on DVDs? Miss, you got the remote. Do they filter DVDs in jail? Like, they're not going to show you Shawshank Redemption, eh? Looking at the inmates going, hey, don't get any ideas.
Mate, they don't care. We were watching movies like Scarface, Paid in Full, and I was like, is this safe for you? Are you sure?
Man.
But anyway, back to the radio awards. I think what I was trying to say is we need more of our people in spaces so that eventually they'll graduate to a position where they can be a judge and they can understand. Because some of the jokes that we say to some of our colleagues who are of the older whitish variety, they don't get it.
No.
You know, and it's all about experiences and what you bring. And we just have different views and lenses.
I learned that firsthand. You know, obviously, you know, even you and I grew up different. Still had culture, but like I took life lessons that I learned throughout my life and I took them to another radio station, very different, because, you know, it doesn't hit the same. Yeah. So, you know, whatever radio station you're on, you have to project and be relevant and relatable to the audience. That's the special part of a radio station, when you can connect with the people listening. Yeah. You know, and sometimes that's harder if you're taking the way you grew up to another radio station that didn't grow up the same, you know, where they never had to beg their mum and dad to pay their school fees, you know.
That's bang on.
They never had to eat Wheat-Bix at night time.
Oh, yeah, or without any milk. Or if you try to use milk, the parents go, are we rich?
Water it down. So it's very, very different. That's why I reckon like every radio station is all the good ones anyway, it's so different. They need bespoke judges. So then they can understand why we deliver content the way we deliver it, why they deliver content the way they deliver it.
That's why I still believe My FM is still one of the hardest radio stations to be an announcer for, because some other radio stations, they might cater to just an age.
Yeah.
You know, just the tweens to like the early 20s, and that's it. For you got to cater to everybody that might like this music, and you know,
it's a full culture, it's a full community of different people. We've talked about this before, eh? How like My FM is one of the only stations that doesn't have a succession plan. Yeah, like if you listen to My FM back when it started in '92, like there was nowhere for you to go afterwards. Where every other radio station has like a 2.0 version. So like as soon as you age, you get to go to another radio station and then they cater for you. But with My FM, like what you're saying before, you're catering to so many people because the people that listened in 92 are still listening now.
Because where are they going to go?
Where they're going to go. There's no other radio station for them. So,
which is why I encourage all these different, you know, when I see people doing a podcast, do as many as possible. Because we're all catering to different people.
Hard out.
You know, and some people have different tastes. You might be talking about politics and you might be talking about da-da-da. It'll be hard for one podcast to cover everything, catering to an audience that looks and sounds and talks like us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the more the merrier. To be honest, in saying that, there still needs to be some quality control there on it. Just because you can get a microphone from Costco doesn't mean that you should. You know?
True. Damn it. Sorry, man.
Have something.
It's my alarm. It's telling me my fast has stopped.
Are you still fasting?
Yeah, bro.
Bro, well, how long's this one for?
No, I did a 36-hour from Sunday night to Tuesday morning.
That's right. We felt the effects.
And then I started again Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And just finished now.
Oh, man.
36 hours.
Is this self-inflicted or is the doctors still on this
I'm going to go to hospital after this.
Oh, man. Are they getting closer to finding out what's wrong with you?
Hopefully. I'm not too sure yet. And then I got a big thing happening on the 1st of August. So.
Part of your health issues might have been because of the life that you once lived. I wanted to bring something to the table today and see if you can play along with it. I don't want you to overthink it, though.
Oh, yeah?
I want to talk about nightclubs in Auckland. And I know your liver has felt the effects of, you know, your old life.
I'm lucky to be alive.
You know, back when I think I first met you, you know, like you had the Red Dragon Toyota Corolla and you would hit the town.
R.I.P. baby.
I was going through I just got my iPad out because I'm an iPad user.
Must be nice. Oh, that's the iPad with the fancy camera.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's I updated my software this morning and now it's Now it's buffering. Okay.
Okay.
So I've got a list of nightclubs in Auckland, and I want you to give me your like initial review on them, and like the first thing that pops into mind when I say this nightclub.
Remember, I've been out of the game for 5 years.
I don't know. These are iconic Auckland clubs that may not exist anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you haven't been to them, just say no comment or haven't been.
Yep.
Okay. We'll start with the classic, Float.
Amazing.
Is that all you got?
No, it was a great time for I guess us in our early 20s.
Yeah. It was probably one of the first bougie bars, eh?
Yeah. And also remember, social media kind of wasn't a thing at the peak of Float.
So it was safe.
It was safe. You could go in there and be anybody you wanted to be. I remember Nickson going in, being the physio for Manu Samoa.
What do you do? Physio?
Couldn't quite cut it as the player physique, and so just wore the gear. I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm a physio for the Manu Samoa.
Not the player issued polo. Bungalow 8.
Oh. Good times. Good times. I think it eventually turned into like a Latina bar.
Mm-hmm.
Great times then.
Safari Lounge, which is now Long Room.
Oh.
But you would have been there.
I was there during Safari Lounge.
Safari Lounge days. These are all clubs in Auckland City, by the way.
I was grimy back then. Every Wednesday night was the big night where all the students would come out.
What sort of music genre? Was it a mix or was it mainly hip-hop and R&B?
It was mainly hip-hop and R&B.
Yeah, was it? Yeah. Here's one of your personal favourites, RP Away.
Oh, the greatest of all time. Hand on heart. When I first come back from Samoa.
Give us a description on all these places, like how you saw it through your eyes, through your lens.
RP Away in the early 2000s, this was the spot. It didn't matter where you lived in Auckland City. Everyone knew that was the place to be, and you would get ready on a Thursday morning, text out, all the group chats. Oh, there wasn't group chats, but text everyone that you're going to be there Thursday night. And then before there was the Mangere Arts Centre, there was just a big car park.
Yeah.
And everybody would go there on a Thursday night and park up, and then you'll hop out and you just gravitate towards the front door, and there'll be a line there sometimes. But everyone kind of knew everyone.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter because you're excited to go upstairs and just have a great time. And then the thing about that club is the dance floor was always packed. Like no one was shy.
Who was the resident DJs back then at RP Away?
Oh,
are they still floating around now?
I think so. Oh, I know the name. It's slipping me because... Bro, their music was, I feel like it was influential. And
to your growth.
But also...
to your life experience.
I feel like that was the birthplace of the siren.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I reckon RPO was the first place to play Mr. 305.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Pitbull.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I only went once, and it was with you when you used to take the New FM car home.
We took the New
Blue
FM,
Steel.
We took the New FM car once, and
wasn't it on Police 107?
Let me tell the story. So we had this New FM Jeep, and it wasn't the Flash's car, but it was a free one we got from, what was the car dealership? Zodiac Motors.
Was it?
Yeah.
Back then? Oh, wow.
And
it was like a 1996 Jeep Cherokee.
In like 2004 we were driving it. No, 2005?
Yeah, the Blue Steel was its name.
Blue Steel. So we took it to this nightclub, which was predominantly Pacific Islanders and Māori that go up there, have a good time, best music. And we didn't have a car to go at the time. And Nickson goes, pick me up from West and then we'll go. I was like, yeah, cool. So I go to pick up Nickson and he's like, what the fuck? What is this? What is this? I was like, oh, it's the only car I got. So I wasn't supposed to take that car because I didn't have a license, but I waited until everyone at New FM went home. I was like, yeah, no, I was doing some work. Everyone left. I went and got the keys from reception, unlocked the little garage I had there, and then took Blue Steel, picked up Nickson, and then we drove out to RP Away. And we had a good time. We come back outside, and we're just leaning against the car, and trying to exchange numbers with whoever wanted to exchange numbers as they walked out.
People we met along the way.
And there was a big, massive brawl. And we just stood back and were leaning against the New FM vehicle while this fight was going on. And all you see is the camera crew come out of the police car. And we're like, oh, damn, cover the New FM.
Quick, let's go.
Anyway, I got stood down for 2 weeks.
Man, again, life experience.
But you can't pay for that kind of promo.
You really can't. No. I remember back in the day when I first started working at New FM, they didn't even have a promo car. And I remember we had to do this promotion at Otara Market. And they were like, can you guys just drive your own cars there?
Remember they had the magnets?
The magnets, yeah, like taxis. And you used to put a magnet. No, I put a magnet on my mum and dad's car. All right, next club, Infinity. Did you ever go?
Yes. I don't know how to describe these without like.
I want you to speak your truth, because these are obviously, people would have been a part of. This would have been a part of people's growth in their youth.
Infinity, good music. I was very standoffish in there. I was like, something was always about to pop off. Like, people were having a good time, but if you want to dance, you have to watch your back.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good. This is exactly it. Margaritas.
Oh, legendary.
Do you remember when they got in trouble for making their own Jim Beam?
Bro, there was that, and they were tipping up vodka into other bottles and filling it up with water.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and still charging you same price.
Degree Bar.
No comment.
Snapdragon. Is Snapdragon the one that used to have the bookshelf in it? It was, eh?
I can't remember. I was fully out the gate when I went there,
Okay.
but it was a good time. It was a good time.
Again, it tried to add some class into the nightclub scene. Danny Doolan's.
Oh, yuck.
I don't know. I think everybody goes to those places thinking they're going to have a great time, but you leave going, I need to have a shower.
It's like the last chance resort for people to go there and like, oh man, I haven't got a phone number. No one's talking to me. Oh, I got to go there. You got to go where? I got to go Danny Doolan.
I got to find a tourist.
But the one time I did go in there, it just smelled like urine.
Baccio.
Oh, legendary.
Yeah.
Legendary.
Devo.
No comment.
Okay. Lounge Bar. Did you ever go to lounge on High Street?
Yeah. Tiring.
Yeah.
The stairs.
Yeah, it was. I was going to add to that sticky floors. Very sticky dance floors. Globe Bar.
Good times. They had the tourist hostel next door.
Yeah.
So they always had like cheap drinks.
Code and Met.
Dodgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time I met Sevilla was at Code. Oh no, which one was upstairs?
Met was upstairs.
Oh yeah, it was Met.
And Code was downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, first time I met Sevilla was there.
There was a famous New Zealand rapper. I didn't know him, but I remember I went to go use the toilet and he was just on the floor, but his pants were half down. So he got cheap shot from behind. So I helped him stand up and I helped pull up his pants. So when people walked in, it just looked wrong because I was hugging him from behind to lift him up and trying to do his belt.
Bro,
Yeah.
I mean, you're a nice guy deep down.
I
know.
I would hope that if someone saw me in that position, they'll do the same. I'll probably take you two people.
But I can just imagine someone walking in, you turning around, you locking eyes with them, and then you just drop the guy. You're like,
Nah,
it's
man.
not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like. Did I miss any bars? Oh, Immigrant.
Oh,
Immigrant
yeah.
Bar.
That was a crazy good time. That was awesome.
I think my clubbing started at Immigrant. I think that's where, I think that was the first bar I ever went to by myself.
Man, the Auckland, it's dead.
It really is. That's why I thought, no, I saw this on TikTok and I just saw these bars pop up and I was like, I remember going to these places. But then when you drive around Auckland now, you're like, man, nothing's really popping anymore. Everything's moved into like suburbs now.
Everything's too expensive. I was watching something on Australian nightclubs, and I think 5 years ago there must have been around 7,000 nightclubs.
Yeah.
And then there's probably less than 1,000 now across Australia.
Across Australia?
Across Australia.
Oh, damn.
So they've got to pay these exorbitant taxes to whatever council they pay it to.
Yeah.
And then security license fees have gone up. And then a lot of guys don't want to be security with all the the shootings and that happening over there.
Yeah, things are getting hectic.
Alcohol's expensive. Alcohol license expensive.
Yeah. Man, have you? I applied for my alcohol license once. When my family and I owned a cafe.
Yes.
So we wanted to be able to serve like mimosas and just have like bottles of like bubbles, to add to orange juice. And then my dad wanted lion red in the fridge. Weird for a cafe, but up to you. And I had to go through the whole process of doing an alcohol license. It's hard, man.
Yeah.
You got to sit in a room and like listen to somebody talk for a while, and then you have to do a test. And if you don't pass the test, you got one shot as a reshot.
What do you do on the test?
It's about like, if a kid comes in with their family and the parents are having alcohol, are they allowed to buy an alcoholic beverage for their child? Yes or no? Like it's things like that.
What is the other? It sounds like a trick question.
Yeah, I think you can. I think you can if your parents are there.
Really?
Yeah, I think, but I failed, so I didn't get my license. There was so many out the gate questions about it, like and responsibilities that you have to have. I get it; it's to keep people safe. So you have to have a taxi number on hand. You have to have like a gauge of training your staff on like if someone is intoxicated or they look intoxicated, like. Do you stop serving them drinks? And then what happens if they just look like that and they're not actually intoxicated and then they get offended? Like, how do you respond to that?
Wow.
You know, like things of that nature. But Auckland Council control it in Auckland, so you got to go to the council for it.
And then the police can come along and either endorse or not endorse you. Or
Yeah,
say
and they
that
get
you
a sight
shouldn't
check.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got the local pastor to endorse us.
Oh.
Yeah, too. So mum and dad had their license. But it was awesome, though, because you could run a birthday and have like an off-site license. And you could have a birthday at home and start charging your family for alcohol because then you technically had a liquor license.
That's buzzy. With that, so let's just add it up, right? Like, let's say you're renting a house in Auckland City.
Yeah, what's the average rent now? $750?
$750, $800. Wages aren't that high anymore.
No.
People, like the job market is bad. Like if you got a job right now, keep it. Don't be a bots and go, you know what? Either you give me a raise or don't do that. Not right now.
Because I've seen it happen right here where we're recording this podcast and the management have called the bluff.
Oh.
They've gone, okay, go leave then. And then next minute, another farewell.
It's a terrible market to be playing chicken with your job.
Yeah, you can't
just keep
that.
it. If you got a good thing going, just keep it. So job market's pretty bad, rents are high, and then you're asking people to go to a club, pay a cover charge, and then a drink is like $12 for a glass of vodka lemonade, right?
Yeah.
And then you're probably going to have a smoke too as a casual smoker.
Or buy a vape.
Yeah, and then someone might bots and then shout around, and then it's your turn to shout around. It just doesn't. That's all your whole paycheck gone.
God, I'm glad you brought that up. There's always a bots who starts it, eh? It's like, just buy your own drink, man.
Oh.
Because we've come here with 12 people.
What is the go with that? Like,
No, the go is, guys, stop trying to be the man. Just buy your own drink.
There are some guys who can afford it.
Yeah.
Like Nickson.
No.
Who still doesn't buy around.
Actually,
Nickson always buys dinner for everyone.
Yeah, I'll buy dinner.
Yeah.
As long as everyone eats their own plate. Like, I hate a shared meal situation, where you go somewhere and then all the meals are in the middle.
Yeah, we went to dinner one time and it wasn't shared. We had our own mains. Remember they put the bowl of fries in the middle and I wasn't sure. And I was waiting for you to touch the fry if I could touch it.
Yeah, I hate it when people do the shared plates thing and then everyone orders something off the menu and then everyone's like, oh, we'll just share it and split it. Bro, I don't eat tofu. So why...
Who you eating?
Oh, no, just... Some of Sarah's friends sometimes. Bless them.
Yeah.
But like they'll buy beans and tofu. And I'm like, you sure you want to split this?
How do you split the check at the end though?
Oh, someone's there with a calculator. And then they...
Do you guys split it?
And then we just split it equally.
Yeah.
But when it comes to drinks, I reckon New Zealand, we need to stop. Just stop. Just buy your own drink. Have a great night. Or say, hey, do you want a drink? Come to the bar with me.
Yeah.
And then they buy their own. Then you don't get caught up, and then you're not living like you gotta have a friend group if you're going out where you're all in the same salary bracket.
True that.
You can't like don't try and have a champagne taste on a beer budget and then hang out with champagne mates.
Because people catch on real quick.
Real quick too.
Oh man, it's that guy again.
Or this guy, every time it's his round, he's gone to the toilet or he's gone home.
People know.
People will figure it out. But I saw that list and I was just thinking, man, throughout our friendship and our journey, and especially radio, having to do promos out in clubs, I was like, there's some good memories there of some of those places.
Those times are gone, eh?
They're gone, like you said, because it's too expensive to go out now.
I got this other theory too.
Yeah.
Because remember back then, if you wanted to meet someone to have a future with, you had to go to a nightclub because it was the only place where you could meet someone after hours or someone that's not at work. Now everyone is just messaging each other on Instagram.
On Tinder.
Yeah.
Insta, Bumble. Read this funny stat yesterday about Tinder now. Apparently, if you don't pay for premium, they don't give you all the options of your matches. They don't try hard to match you with the right person.
Wow.
So they're encouraging you found out also from a mate who uses Tinder that the price changes depending on how hard it is to match you with someone. So apparently the average is like $12 a month for premium Tinder. Poor Troy, who we were talking about at the beginning of the podcast, producer T Money from MyFM. Apparently Tinder's charging him $65
a month.
Yeah, a month to try and find someone because they're like, you're a little bit harder to work with.
Is he okay with you saying this?
Yeah, we talked about it on the radio show.
Yeah.
But
you know, if someone's saying, "Oops," like, could you imagine Tinder going, "Brother,
brother, you sure?
It's gonna cost you 65 to match you with someone." I'll be like, "Oh, you know, I'll do it myself."
Yeah. The harder Tinder thinks that they have to work, the more expensive it costs if you're signing up to it.
I mean, their sole job is to keep you on there.
Yeah.
Right? They don't want you to be a successful customer because then you won't be using it anymore.
Yeah, true. So they've got to make the most amount of money out of it.
What's Troy's favorite?
Latino.
Oh, no. I mean, the app.
My bad. God, he's left as well. He can't even defend himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah, no, I think he's done all right in that department, but he's still out there on the market. So if anyone's keen, I think he actually wants an island girl.
No way.
He's been flirting with our promo manager at MyFM for a while.
Who was the promo manager?
Her name's Paige.
Oh.
He's been flirting with her for a bit.
Is it one way?
At the moment. So keep trying, brother. Keep trying, mate.
Yeah.
Try. What else was I going to say before we wrap up the podcast today? What time's your doctor's appointment? Make sure you go this time, Egg.
Oh, hey, they help me like that.
Make sure you go.
Yeah. You know, that's the...
You didn't answer my question. What time is your appointment? You're supposed to be today?
Yes.
Okay, it's today.
Yeah. But, you know, like sometimes you don't want to go because you don't want to find out. You know what I mean?
No, I think you should go.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the last thing you want is like, how come you didn't come earlier? We could have fixed this. And then you're like, I should have, but my pride got in the way. Yeah. Honestly, they've seen everything, bro. They've seen everything. All right. Hey, thanks for joining us on this podcast. Sorry it was a late upload, but we got there. We'll catch you for the next one.
Peace.